Welcome back, YouTubers. This is Cheryl with CNC. Are we there yet? And today we are in Juneau, Alaska. We are at Mendenhall Glacier and Nugget Falls. This is simply breathtaking. Follow our adventures, the adventures of CNC. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Taking my chances along with my dreams.
Did you know that Juneau is the capital of Alaska and not Anchorage? Juneau has a population of about 33,000. And did you know that the only way to get to Juneau is by air or sea? We are in Juneau, our second stop on our cruise. It's not good weather. It's rainy. Oh well, it's really cold, but we have no control, so we have to enjoy it. There is a cable car that goes up from the dock. Here's our ship. I'm not sure about doing the cable car ride because the visibility is very poor. And it goes 1,800 feet up the mountain. I think we should do that. We just took the shuttle over from the cruise ship to downtown. It cost us $5. It was only a mile away. Wow, that's a really big bird. And now we're heading to get tickets to go to the Mendenhall Glacier.
That is correct. And you're in the right spot.
Thank you. So $45 a person for the shuttle to go out to Mendenhall Glacier.
You enjoy it. So at this point, I do live here now year-round, and I pretty much do consider myself an Alaskan. Now, when you guys come back, we got 3 buses in constant rotation. The easiest way to remember this is 10, 10, 30. So there's a bus that picks up out there at 10 before the hour, 10 after the hour, and 30 after the hour. Okay? And if you forget it, it's not going to matter because you go out to the stop, a bus will be there shortly. But my point being, no matter what bus you take back, whether it's with me or one of the other drivers, we drop off at 2 places. We drop off over at the tram. That's where I got you guys, picked you guys up at. And we drop off up ahead here in this little lot up ahead there. Right near the Red Dog Saloon to the right. If you're going to explore downtown later, get off at the first stop close to the Red Dog. All the better, more locally owned, authentic stores are north of that Red Dog Saloon. Back behind us, those first couple blocks we drove through, I'm not going to tell you to skip it. There's a couple interesting stores that way. But you might have noticed there's also a lot of jewelry stores. Those are all owned by the cruise ships. If you're looking for jewelry, I'm sure they're fantastic. If not, you don't want to let them eat up all your time. They're going to try to lure you in with like a free charm or free gift. It doesn't really work that way. You don't walk in and get that pendant and walk out. You got to sit there and listen to a sales pitch. So yeah, welcome to Juneau. This weather, this is really typical for us. We're in a temperate rainforest. We actually get twice the average rainfall, Seattle, Washington. Got some folks on board for Seattle, so we get twice as much. So you guys get about 35 inches a year. We get anywhere from 70 to 80 inches. It rains on average here roughly 230 days a year here of measurable rainfall. There are no roads coming or going from Juneau. You cannot drive into or drive out of this city. Any vehicle you see here, including this bus we're on, all came over on some form of boat, be it a barge or a ferry. Last time I was in there, the young woman working there, she taught me a really cool way to remember all 5 types of salmon. If you haven't heard this already on your cruise, you might hear it again at some point in the future. You can remember all 5 types by using the fingers on your hand. So your thumb would represent chum. That's easy, it rhymes. Thumb for chump. Your pinky would represent pink, which is really convenient because pink salmon is also the smallest type. For silver, you'd use your ring finger. You remember that, like it's a silver ring on your finger. I don't really have an appropriate joke for the middle finger, but middle finger tends to be your longest finger, at least on most people. So that would represent king because king is the biggest. And then your index or pointer finger would represent sockeye. Easiest way to remember this one is like you're poking someone in the eye. Sockeye. So thumb for chump, pinky for pink, silver for your ring finger like a silver ring, longest finger the king, and your index or pointer finger sockeye. To the left of us and out in front of us here, none of it's here at low tide. It's all mucky, muddy, sandy land. Depending on how long you guys are out at the glacier, if you're out there for like an hour, you might not notice much of a difference, but if you're out there a couple hours, remember this spot when you come back. You'll probably see less water. The water will be starting to creep back. The tidal differences here are so distinct, they actually have a folk tale. They say when William Seward purchased Alaska from the Russians, he waited until high tide to sign the paperwork. So the thought there being, if you're buying land by the square kilometer at high tide, you're going to have a lot less land to pay for. I'm pretty sure it didn't go down that way. I don't think they went out and quick measured at high tide, but you can see why they would have that kind of story. And I learned about the tides right away when I moved here. You see this patch of trees out there, right? I parked and it was at low tide, and granted the water isn't all the way around it right now because we're going back down to low right now, but I walked out there and I got wrapped up in what I was doing, taking photos. I'm really into photography, and I went to leave and I was surrounded by water on all sides, and I had to wait it out a few hours. So thank God I had nowhere I had to be. Eagle. Well, we have a whole bunch down low here off to the right. Oh, look at those. All the way south to Ketchikan, all the way north to Skagway, all the way west out to Sitka. The glacier, 13 and a half miles long, connected to the Juneau ice field. The widest point of the glacier is 1.5 miles wide. The thickest point of vertical ice is 60 feet thick. If you have really science-y questions, I recommend the visitor center. It's a wealth of information. But if it were me, my priority would be getting on trails and hiking.
Nugget Falls in Juneau, Alaska. And there is Mendenhall Glacier in the background. And there are some icebergs. So magnificent.
Hey, you with the tin?
Yep.
All right, cool. Come on in.
I wasn't
Alright. So if you go down this way and make a left and then go up the stairs, your party's like right in that area. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm in country truck with the U.S. mail. They were running theirs back home. I was shooting probably on me, but still, you're still strong. Everybody calling the Santa Claus.
He's right behind us.
Next Arizona. Anyways, it's alright as long as
He was right behind us coming in.
Bottom layers, Kahlua, middle layers, bay leaves, top layers, crown royal. We say no sipping, no stirring, no sharing. Quack quack, knock that shit back. She tried that one.
Are you guys going to shoot it together?
Typical from the Cornelia Marie. Shit, what is it? Quack, quack, knock that shit back.
Woohoo! And what is that, duck fart? Woohoo! North to Alaska. Our friend Karen went on a historic gold mining and panning adventure with Alaska Travel Adventure. This was reasonably priced at $100 a person. And look at her findings and what a great souvenir it made for her to take back home. Jesus, what are you doing? What is this drink?
Jeez. Okay. I got my own
It's a good thing you're getting a cold drink. What is this drink?
No. It's okay.
Are you going to be allergic to this smoke, honey?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
We're not sure.
Light the bone.
Honey.
There you go.
There you
Does this look
go.
familiar? Put the face mask on.
I've heard of pheasant on the glass.
What is this drink?
It's Sakapa above the clouds.
A rum with smoke?
Sakapa.
Above the clouds.
Above the clouds.
It smells like applewood.
That's what it is.
And is it
This
bourbon?
is a real specialty drink.
Rum.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's neat. Smell it. It smells so good.
We've got a great opportunity here. Captain Harris is very excited. Our Southeast Alaska pilots are excited. We've got this nice open lead that will allow us to get way closer to the Dawes Glacier than we have in previous weeks. So pull on your Explorer caps and definitely put on your nice warm jackets and come on out. Some really spectacular pieces of ice going past us left and right.
an idea how big this ice is. There is the tour boat going past. Pretty massive piece of ice. Can you believe it? Just 1 week after our cruise, the Norwegian Sun cruise ship hit an iceberg into Alaska. Boy, were we fortunate to be able to get so close to the glaciers.
Right now, we've got this beautiful navigational effort that we've got to make here. I don't have enough fingers to count the number of times that we've been turned around coming down this fjord right here, because there's just this collision of ice that happens here and the ships can't get past it. But we've got a beautiful morning for us, perfect, and we can continue on down the fjord. Definitely put on some warm clothes, step outside for a moment. Please be very careful, it's slippery outside. This is some of the cleanest air on the planet. You're inside a giant wilderness area. Tracy Arm forged there. So here's a glacier that was actually named after a Massachusetts statesman that never got a chance to come up here and get a chance to see it. So this is named after Henry Lawrence Dawes, spelled D-A-W-E-S. Look at these waterfalls cascading down all around us. Absolutely amazing morning here exploring in Endicott Arm.
Beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with your heart. Stay tuned next week for our next stop on the Inside Passage of Alaska, the city of Skagway. So follow us for a historic train ride on the White Pass and Yukon Route Railway. This is the most popular excursion in Alaska. You don't want to miss it. And don't forget to like and subscribe.